few advanced reader copy books being sent to me at the moment. I'm trying to get through them and taking you guys along with me, but sometimes having too many arcs at one time can be stressful. To make it more fun, I've decided to vlog. So enjoy this video and maybe you can read along with me. I've just been sent the arc from Sarah Kate, which is for the Antihero, which is her new series, and it is about a religious family and it's about all of their brothers. So I really want to get started on that. Just at the moment, I've actually got so many arcs being sent my way and I'm just feeling a bit overwhelmed because this year I did make a goal to reduce the amount of advanced reader copies I'm receiving, because last year I took on so many that it became almost like a job and I didn't want that to happen again. Having too many arcs can be so stressful because you just have this pressure to read and you have to be reading by a certain date to get the review in, rather than having it be a fun experience. So I've tried to reduce the amount of arcs this year and it did actually make my reading experience more fun. But now as of this month, I don't know how, but I've got 4 arcs within the next couple weeks. So for some reason I've badly timed that, or I've just, I don't know, the releases are all coming out at the same time at the moment. There's so many good books coming out. So to make it more fun, I just decided that vlogging will be the best way because then I can just get all my thoughts out and then show you guys what I've been reading recently too. I got The Antihero by Sarah Kate. I'm going to probably jump into reading that straight away this morning and then hopefully get that done by tonight. We will see, maybe by tomorrow. Chapter 16. I'm about 50% in now and I'm really liking it. It's really fast paced. I think just Sarah is so good at writing like the spice scenes. She's just like the kink club queen. I think she's so good at putting them together and also mixing the religion aspect as well, because he is religious. Basically, so far what we've learned is Adam has been brought up in a family where religion is just everything to them. His dad is the pastor, I think that's what it is, and he runs the church and like their family is very religion orientated. His family have quite a few siblings, which I believe the series are going to be based on a few of the brothers that are in their circle, and Adam's the only sibling who's ever stuck around and stuck by his dad. Adam's now finding out that everything that his dad's told him isn't exactly as it was and what he was meant to believe it is meant to be. That was a really weird way of saying it. Now he's quite upset with his dad and like the image that he had thought of him. So now he's trying to get his revenge and now just starting their relationship to get their revenge on his dad. But then there's also Sage, who he has made friends with at the diner and met through the kink club, which she had introduced him to. And now she needs help getting like a jealousy thing back on her ex-boyfriend who hasn't treated her right. So they've now got this deal. So far their chemistry has been great. So far I'm enjoying it. I'll check in with you probably soon or maybe when I'm finished. You guys, I've just finished. I really enjoyed it. I think it was really good. I was not expecting myself to like it as much as what I did, just because it was mixing both of them with religion and like the kink clubs. I don't know, I think Sarah has this way of making her writing so easy to read, and it was just so fast paced. Like I read that so quickly all in one sitting and it was just so easy. However, I do think my things that were holding me back from giving it a higher rating than what it was, I did have an aspect of like insta love. Now that I'm thinking back, it was very fast paced for them as a couple, and also I think the internal conflict of like what's right and what's wrong, I feel like there should have been more of that conflict within Adam throughout the story. I thought they would delve deeper into that as it progressed, but it did slightly, and like the plot twists and stuff happened, but I just feel like that religion needed to be tapped in a little bit deeper, because obviously there's so much to talk about with these two worlds. Like you can dive in so deep into both sides that it's hard to really get a grasp on both concepts so well. I think Adam's character development was quite well done as well. I think it delved in enough, but I also think it needed to dive in that little bit extra again with how he was like this dom but like a sweet church boy. Like, I think that needed to be explored a little bit more. Sage is hands down probably one of my favorite female main characters I've read in quite a while. She was so interesting and just so funny, so cool. She didn't care what people thought about her, even if she did have moments of weakness where she let comments get to her. Deep down she knew who she was, and I love that about her. She didn't like ever give up that personality trait about herself, and I really did enjoy reading about her. Yeah, I'm super excited to see where the series is heading with all the brothers. Like, we got to meet quite a few of the brothers. I'm excited to see if they bring up Isaac's story. I think it'd be quite a good story to start from the very start of like what the dad did and like how that was affected him and his new life and like where he's now living. I'm really intrigued to know like what happened deep down. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm now gonna probably start tonight The Catch and see where that gets me, because I've read that so quickly and now I just feel like I can read another book. Like, I read that in probably 5.5, 6 hours. It's 3:30 right now. That was so quick. I'm like 30% into The Catch. So far, I like it, but I'm like not really interested in the characters that much. I've just got up to the part where they've said they're going, that they're fake engaged and they've made the agreement. But like, so far I'm getting pick me vibes from the main chick. She's the influencer. Just like with some of the things she's like doing in response to what he, like, he'll say something and then she'll try and, I don't know, impress him in a way. I don't know, it's a weird vibe. It's a weird vibe. Don't know if it's my favorite of the books in this series. So this follows Evan and Mel. Mel is an influencer. She's a fashion and lifestyle content creator, and she has won a trip to go to this place, and I think the trip fell through and she's had to then find an Airbnb in this random small town, and the Airbnb that she's got to is Evan's, which his family and him own. And it's already off to a bad foot because she's made comments about the place not being that nice while on the phone to her friend, and then Evan obviously overhears and doesn't like what she said. And then from that point onwards, he's basically been upset with her. He hasn't really given her a chance at all. Like, he has really like closed off the door. So I've not really had any flirty banter just yet or any of like the tension. It's all just been like him being rude or her being rude. Like, it's just like a weird banter of vibes so far, but I'm just gonna see how it plays out, and I'll keep reading tonight, and then hopefully things get better, because right now I'm not liking it. I'm liking it, but I'm not liking it. I'm being really dramatic right now. I think I've just read a lot today. So let's see if I can get to 50% tonight, and then I'll only have 50 tomorrow. And then I can treat myself to reading Wildfire. I think I know I'm so excited for that. Maybe that's what's blocking me. Anyway, I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Bye. Chapter 26. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did actually have like a 4 or 5 day break from reading this book. I don't know why, but it just wasn't exciting me. I wasn't like wanting to go back to read, so I ended up reading like another book, which I'm not going to include in this video, but I will talk about in my wrap up. And now I've come back to this and I'm enjoying it more. I probably am thinking it's going to be around the 3, maybe 3.5 star mark. It's just like not anything different. Like, it's just like the other books in the series, which I did like as well. So it's not impressed me, if that makes sense. Like, there's just been quite a few moments where he's given me the ick really bad. Like, a few of the things he said, I'm just like, all right, let's reel it back in. Like, that's just really cringy. I would just like have to like take a moment and take a break from the book. So far it's like not the best sign, but I'm also just like, I'm just gonna try and push through, get this done, and then I can start a new book. So I've got maybe like an hour's left of reading. So I'm just gonna try to smash that out today, and then I can be done. I just know that this isn't going to be more than a 4-star at all. It's definitely going to be lower than a 4-star. Hello friends. So it's the next day. I did finish it last night. The catch, look, my thoughts really haven't changed. The last like 30% or whatever it was, I was basically skim reading. I was tapping the page and just like looking over words to see if anything important picked up. Nothing really happened. It was just like what I thought was going to happen. Like, it was very predictable. So I just really wanted it to be done. I really did not like it. Like, I liked it's hard to say, come on, I liked it slightly. I gave it 3 stars. It's now, like, thinking about it, it's taken me so long to finish it, and I just didn't really have an interest in the characters. Like, I didn't care what happened. Like, I feel like a lot of authors these days are really forgetting the part of the emotional connection and like the attachment that we need as a reader to like the characters. I didn't have anything that was like holding me to the characters, and I feel like it's just really based around like the spice, and authors really need to work on that emotional connection because that's what makes the spice better. I've put up my review on Goodreads and NetGalley, and I wouldn't really recommend this. If you liked maybe the other books in the series, definitely read it. I didn't technically like X's and O's either. I gave that a 3 or a 3.5 from what I remember. I just think it's me and this author. Maybe we just don't click. So I'm gonna leave it at that. If you guys liked her other work, maybe definitely try it. It might just be me. I'm excited to start Wildfire. I've got that next. I think I'm gonna start tomorrow. I don't know if I've got time tonight. And I also just want to have like undivided attention to it. So I'll let you guys know once I start. This is why you don't bring the dog to the park. He drooled on it. Your cute face drooled on it. Oh my lord. Right now I've been editing and doing washing and cleaning the room and just doing all the stuff I don't want to do but have to do. Anyway, I got up to last night page 226, which is chapter 22. So far, my thoughts. It's really sweet. It's just like your typical romance. I think a lot of people are gonna love this book. I think it's gonna be a book that if you liked Icebreaker, you're gonna like this. Hannah's really good at making sure like the communication trope is like present in her books. Like, I remember Icebreaker having really good communication between them. Like, they were always talking out things and just being very mature. And again, the same thing is happening here, but they're also like learning how to communicate better. Bit of background is that Russ and Aurora meet at a house party and they hit it off. They've got lots of chemistry and they have a one-night stand. They go their separate ways. There's a bit of something happens afterwards where they don't communicate and like they just go their own ways. Later on, they're now at a camp, which is why they're in camp clothes on the cover, and they're both working at this camp with children and they don't know that the other person's going to be there. Now they're forced to be around each other. There's a workplace romance. There's a slight forbidden aspect because part of their contract says that they're not allowed to get with any of the other workers, so now they're trying to fight that. But yeah, so far it's really cute. I do feel like sometimes I'm getting slight insta love vibes myself, which is what is like holding it back for me, because I feel like I usually like a book where they don't start talking so nicely about each other straight away, but it's not annoying me. That's the thing. Like, that's why I'm still reading it. I'm still happy to read it. So far it's cute, and I'm kind of excited to see where it's going, because they do have a lot of like family and personal issues, which has been really nice because it's like shining a little bit of light on like the found family trope at the camp, which I love found family. So that's what's making me interested. I just want to see where things end up for them and how they deal with these issues. I'm gonna probably try and finish this tonight, and then I'll come back with my final thoughts with you. I've just finished my makeup, I still need to do my hair, but I thought I'll just have a break in between and talk about Wildfire, because I did actually finish it last night. So my final thoughts are, I think that the found family aspect within this book was really well done. I think she's done it quite well across both of her books and across all of the series. So I really liked that. At the end, there was a little bit of like angst almost in something that happened, which kind of brought me back into the story, because prior to that, from when we last spoke, I did lose interest for a little bit. I felt like everything was kind of just like, they're hanging out, they're talking, they're hanging out, they're talking, and it just like wasn't progressing in a way that I thought was needed. But it sort of makes sense now why they were doing those conversations. But it still was such a good read. Russ is really cute. Like, he's meant to be this dorky little anxious and not overly confident dude, and he's finding his confidence with her and learning how to share his feelings. And Aurora's just like this silly party girl who overshares everything, and she's always not making the best choices for herself. And I kind of liked that aspect of them being the opposites. A tract trope. However, I did get annoyed with Aurora sometimes, because I felt like when she was talking to Russ about certain topics, like she would try to push it out of him. I don't know if that was like her intention. Like, it was just, I don't know, she felt kind of pushy. And I was just like, girl, just like calm down. Like, let him tell you if he wants to tell you. Like, you don't need to force it out of him. But anyway, that was like my only really picky things, was like the pacing and just Aurora with those sort of moments. I do wish there was some more conflict other than just that conflict at the end. I felt like it needed that little bit extra, but overall it was really fun. It was really cute. Definitely a cozy read. It does have some cozy moments, and it just has like the good tropes that everyone loves. Like, I feel like when you guys read this, you're gonna be like, oh yes. It didn't feel like overused, where it was sort of like trying to tick off boxes of tropes like it usually does when you feel like you're reading one of those books. It was quite well put together, so Hannah did a good job. But yeah, I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I really liked it, and yeah, I definitely recommend you guys to read it. I just wish that the pacing in the middle was a little bit better. That was my only thing. I felt like I just sort of, my interest peaked, then it dropped, and then it peaked again at the end. So anyways, so those were the final books that I read. So I ended up reading Anti-Heroes in Love by Sarah Kate, which I gave 4.5 stars. I then read The Catch, which I gave 3 stars. And then Wildfire I gave 4. So technically all of these arcs were pretty successful besides The Catch. If you want to see any of my reviews in real time, make sure you follow me on my Goodreads, because that is where I post all of my arcs the date that they're released. Yeah, I really enjoyed filming this. If you want to see more of these videos, let me know, and I can definitely film some more. But I'll definitely have some more reading vlogs up on the channel in the coming weeks. I'm already filming a new one as of tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.